Did you know that Japan has the highest per capita rate of centenarians, with over 90,000 people surviving over the age of 100? So, while Americans spend thousands of dollars on gym memberships and trendy fitness regimens, Japanese seniors in their 70s and 80s are routinely outliving everyone else on the planet. But what stunned Harvard Medical School researchers after 5 years of studying these superagers? It wasn't just about their diet. It wasn't genetics. The answer was hidden in plain sight, in 6 simple actions they perform every day. These are not workouts. Please share your ideas in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications to never miss our finest health tips and updates. These are not workouts. They are such simple movements that Western experts initially rejected them as insignificant, until brain scans revealed something astounding. Japanese elders who performed these everyday activities saw 40% less cognitive impairment than their Western counterparts. Their joints remained flexible for decades longer. Their balancing systems were similar to those of people who were 20 years younger. Stanford researchers referred to it as the most ignored feature of lifespan in modern medicine. You're about to learn these precise 6 movements, beginning with the simplest and progressing to the most powerful. But I must warn you about number 1. It is the movement that enhanced the average lifespan of 15,000 Japanese seniors by 7 years, but 90% of Americans have never heard of it. It only takes 2 minutes and requires no equipment, yet neuroscientists discovered that it activates more parts of the brain at the same time than any other physical activity they've tested. Before we begin, please tell us your age and where you're watching from. We read and respond to every single comment, so leave yours below. Without further ado, let's begin at number 6, and don't let its position fool you. This is the foundation upon which all Japanese elders build their days. Sanpo, or the art of slow strolling, comes in 6th. Let's start with something seemingly insignificant, but Japanese elders regard it as sacred medicine. Sanpo isn't simply walking. It's deliberate, attentive movement at around half the speed you'd ordinarily walk. Japanese elders frequently practice this for 20 to 30 minutes each morning, usually before breakfast. The primary distinction from Western power walking is the deliberate slowness mixed with specialized breathing patterns. You take 1 breath in every 2 steps, hold for 2, and exhale for 4. This produces a rhythm that synchronizes your cardiovascular and neural systems in ways that quicker walking cannot match. Kyoto University conducted a 2019 study that followed 3,000 seniors over the age of 60 for 10 years. Those who practiced daily Sanpo had 62% less arterial stiffness than the control group. Their blood pressure dropped by an average of 12 points systolic and 8 points diastolic. But this is where things get interesting. The moderate pace allows your foot to fully contact the ground, stimulating all 33 joints in each foot. This provides proprioceptive impulses to the brain, enhancing balance and spatial awareness. Western seniors who practiced Sanpo for just 8 weeks increased their single-leg standing time by an average of 45 seconds. To effectively perform Sanpo, focus on rolling your entire foot with each step. Begin from your heel, roll through the arch, and push off with your toes. Keep your sights roughly 6 feet forward, not at your feet. Your arms should swing naturally but minimally, with your hands relaxed and your fingers slightly curved. The breathing pattern is vital and requires practice. To maintain the rhythm, start by counting your steps. Morning practice is most effective since cortisol levels are naturally higher, making the soothing benefits more noticeable. Avoid doing Sanpo on treadmills because the moving belt affects natural foot movements. Choose varied terrain wherever feasible, as different surfaces stimulate different stabilizing muscles. The University of Tokyo discovered that seniors who practiced Sanpo on natural surfaces such as grass or dirt walkways, had 20% more joint mobility than those who walked solely on concrete. If you're new to this, start with 10 minutes and work your way up to 30 minutes over a few weeks. Now, we'll go on to a technique that rebuilds your body from the ground up. Number 5. Daily stretching, Rajio Taiso. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., a peaceful piano tune plays throughout Japan's public radio system. It is the signal for Rajio Taiso, a form of radio calisthenics practiced by millions of Japanese people every day since 1928. But don't be fooled by the term calisthenics. This is not like Western exercise programs. It's a flowing sequence of 13 distinct stretches completed in exactly 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Each movement engages several muscle groups while remaining in constant motion, no remaining in static positions. There's no straining, simply constant gentle movement to lubricate joints and preserve flexibility throughout the body. Researchers from Osaka Medical College compared 8,000 people over the age of 60 who performed Rajio Taiso on a daily basis to those who did not. The daily practitioners fell 40% less, experienced 55% less chronic back pain, and maintained virtually complete range of motion in their shoulders and hips well into their 80s. The science underlying why this works is astonishing. These dynamic stretches can improve synovial fluid production in your joints by up to 30%. This fluid acts like oil for your body's hinges. Without frequent mobility, it hardens and shrinks, resulting in the stiffness and pain associated with aging. The sequence begins with mild arm rises, which open the chest and increase breathing capacity. You raise both arms upwards while inhaling and then lower them while exhaling. This is followed by arm rotations to mobilize the shoulder joint. The next step is to perform mild twisting exercises to maintain spinal flexibility. Then do side bends to stretch the intercostal muscles between your ribs. The leg movements include easy marching in place, followed by shallow squats to maintain the knees and hips fluid. The entire routine maintains a rhythm that raises the heart rate just enough to enhance circulation while minimizing strain. Timing is extremely important for maximizing advantages. Japanese elders do this as soon as they get up, usually before eating or drinking anything. This takes advantage of the natural growth hormone peaks that occur when sleeping. When these hormone levels are raised, your muscles and connective tissues respond best to stretching. The movements should feel natural, as if you're moving through warm honey with little force or bounce. If you are unable to complete the entire practice, concentrate on the arm raises and moderate twists, which deliver the most benefit with the least effort. Many Japanese organizations continue to perform group Rajio Taiso before work, and productivity studies show that these employees take 30% fewer sick days than those in companies that do not do it. It's time to investigate the movement that protects both your brain and your body. Before we continue, if you've liked the video thus far, please like it so that other seniors can see it and subscribe. We're adding more strong senior health tips videos every day, and you won't want to miss the next one. Number 4. Shinku Zuari is in a deep squat rest. Walk through any Japanese park or garden, and you'll observe old people lying contentedly in a deep squat position, heels down on the ground, conversing or caring to plants. They can hold this position for 10, 20, or even 30 minutes without discomfort. Meanwhile, most Westerners over the age of 60 are unable to hold this position for more than 10 seconds. This is more than simply about flexibility. The deep squat rest is a basic human stance that has been forgotten in chair-sitting societies. Japanese elders keep this capacity throughout their lives because they practice it on a daily basis, typically spending 20 to 30 minutes in this position throughout the day. A pioneering study by the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology studied 5,000 elderly for 12 years. Those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes were 70% less likely to require supported living. Their hip mobility remained adequate for all daily tasks. They remained independent for an average of 9 years longer than individuals who couldn't squat. The biomechanics explain why this is so important. The deep squat position allows the hip joint to move freely, preventing capsular constriction, which traps so many elders in shuffling gaits. It maintains ankle flexibility, which is necessary for balance. It strengthens the pelvic floor muscles, which regulate bladder function. Most significantly, it decompresses the spine, allowing nutrient-rich fluid to enter the discs between the vertebrae. Harvard researchers discovered that societies where deep squatting is still popular have 80% fewer hip replacement procedures and 60% less chronic lower back discomfort. To practice this skill, squat with your back against a wall for support. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, toes pointing slightly outward. Lower yourself slowly, allowing your knees to pass past your toes. If you can't get your heels flat right away, place a rolled towel under them. Hold for 30 seconds at beginning, gradually increasing the duration as your mobility improves. The key is frequency over duration. 5 separate 1-minute squats throughout the day are more beneficial than attempting to hold a single 5-minute squat. Japanese elders frequently squat while waiting for buses, gardening, or even watching TV. They've incorporated technology so seamlessly into daily life that it demands no additional effort or time commitment. Use the location for its intended purpose wherever possible. Sort the low shelves while squatting. Play with your grandchildren from this position. Instead of bending over to tie shoes, rest in a squat position. Each functional use strengthens the movement pattern and preserves the mobility that allows you to remain independent. The following step involves rewiring your neural system to ensure decades of stability. Number 3. Single leg standing, Ichi Ashi. This may sound absurd, but Japanese physicians prescribe single leg standing in the same way that Western doctors prescribe drugs. As a preventive measure, patients over the age of 60 are instructed to stand on one leg for 1 minute, twice every day. It is covered by health insurance in Japan because to the overwhelming amount of supporting facts. The Fukuoka University Aging Research followed 12,000 people for 15 years. Those who exercised daily single-leg standing had 68% fewer hip fractures and 75% fewer falls that required hospitalization. Brain scans revealed increased gray matter in the motor cortex and cerebellum, which are crucial for coordination and balance. When you stand on one leg, your body performs hundreds of micro-adjustments per minute to stay balanced. These changes enhance not only the muscles, but the entire neuromuscular system. Your proprioceptors, which inform your brain where your body is in space, become overactive. The vestibular system in the inner ear sharpens its reflexes. Your brain's visual processing speed increases when it combines information from various systems at the same time. The standard protocol begins simply. To ensure safety, stand near a wall or a strong chair. Lift one foot about an inch above the ground. Focus your gaze on a fixed spot around 10 feet distant. Breathe normally and try to hold this position for 30 seconds. Switch legs and repeat. As you improve, close your eyes for an extra challenge. This disables visual input, making your other balance mechanisms work harder. Japanese elders frequently advance to doing this while brushing their teeth, gaining 2 minutes of practice within an already established daily ritual. The timing establishes an automated habit loop, ensuring consistency. Advanced practitioners incorporate minor movements while balancing. Gradually turn your head left and right. Raise your arms overhead. Create tiny circles with the elevated foot. Each version tests various areas of balance and coordination. The key is increasing overload. When 30 seconds gets comfortable, increase to 45 seconds. When keeping your eyes closed becomes easier, try standing on a folded towel for an uneven surface. This continual growth eliminates plateaus and preserves neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to make new connections. Mayo Clinic researchers discovered that single-leg standing time is a better predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol levels. People over 60 who can stand on one leg for 30 seconds had mortality rates comparable to those 10 years younger. Prepare yourself for a movement that has almost miraculous consequences. Number 2. Seiza Hanka goes from floor to sitting position. Here's an astonishing fact regarding Japanese aging. The average Japanese individual over the age of 70 moves from standing to floor, sitting and back again more than 20 times each day. They sit on the floor for meals, tea, watching TV, and chatting. Each transition involves a complicated full-body movement that maintains strength, flexibility, and coordination in ways that no gym exercise can match. The University of Tsukuba conducted a large study on 10,000 seniors, comparing those who routinely sat on the floor to those who solely used chairs. The floor sitters had 40% higher lower body strength, 50% more hip flexibility, and could get up from the floor unassisted long into their 90s. But here's the startling part. Their cognitive test scores were regularly 15% higher. The researchers revealed that floor transitions demand intricate motor planning, which engages the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive function region. Getting down to the floor and getting back up safely needs sequential movement planning, balance control, strength modulation, and spatial awareness all working together. It's basically a full brain workout disguised as a routine daily activity. The classic method begins by standing with feet together. You lower one knee to the ground, then the other, before settling back onto your heels in a kneeling position. From here, you can go into a variety of floor-sitting positions, such as cross-legged or side-sitting. To get up, reverse the procedure by putting one foot forward into a lunge, pushing through that leg to stand, and then bringing the other foot to meet it. This may appear to be simple, yet it requires amazing control and strength. To develop this skill, begin with supported transitions. Use a low stool or ottoman as an intermediary step. Place your hands on the stool while you lower yourself to kneel, then remove them once you're stable. Over time, provide less hand support until you can do the exercise unsupported. To reduce impact on the knees, begin by practicing on a soft carpet or yoga mat. The frequency is more important than perfection. Even 2 or 3 full transitions every day can give considerable benefits. Japanese seniors don't regard this as exercise. This is simply how they live. They've had this capacity since childhood, never allowing the pattern to erode. Patience is necessary for people who have to rediscover it later in life. It may take months to complete smooth transitions, but the results are spectacular. According to research, being able to get up from the floor without using your hands is one of the best predictors of lifespan. Brazilian researchers discovered that persons who could perform this lived an average of 6 years longer than those who couldn't. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the king of all motions. This is it, the movement that shattered experts' assumptions about aging and fitness. It requires little more than a simple hand towel, but Japanese centenarians credit it more than any other activity for their longevity. You hold a towel in both hands, arms outstretched in front of you, and twist in a certain way that causes an isometric contraction across your entire body. However, calling it a towel twist is like calling the ocean a puddle. This movement activates muscle fibers that are inactive in 99% of standard exercises. Tohoku University researchers affixed electrodes to participants performing Tenui Habiki and found muscle activation in unexpected regions. Deep spinal stabilizers fired. Intrinsic foot muscles are activated. Even facial muscles exhibited more activation. The study that rocked the medical world tracked 15,000 elderly Japanese people for 20 years. Those who practiced Tenui Habiki for 2 minutes every day had a 7-year increased life expectancy. Their grip strength, the single most reliable predictor of mortality, maintained above the independence level until an average age of 92. They kept bone density comparable to persons 20 years younger. Brain scans revealed something much more incredible. Bilateral cooperation, essential for appropriate towel twisting, activated both hemispheres at the same time, resulting in the formation of new brain networks. Participants demonstrated enhanced memory, faster reaction speeds, and dramatically lower rates of dementia. The technique begins with holding a rolled hand towel horizontally at shoulder height with hands about 18 inches apart. You increase tension by tugging outward, as if attempting to rip the towel apart. While maintaining this tension, progressively twist your entire torso to the right, keeping your hips forward. The twist originates solely in your core, not in your arms. Hold for 3 seconds at maximal rotation before slowly returning to the center and twisting to the left. The continual tension is vital. You're essentially producing resistance against yourself, causing every stabilizing muscle to contract. Your breathing must be consistent throughout. Inhale during the return to center, and exhale during the twist. This breathing pattern activates the vagus nerve, resulting in a parasympathetic response that lowers inflammation throughout the body. The beauty is in the scalability. Beginners may apply minimum tension and minor twists. Advanced practitioners can generate huge stress and profound rotations. Some Japanese elders do variations while sitting or lying down. The principles stay the same. Create tension, retain control, and coordinate breathing and movement. The molecular biology explains why this is so effective. Isometric contractions cause the production of myokines, which are unique proteins that muscles secrete during contractions. These myokines function as medicines, lowering inflammation, enhancing insulin sensitivity, and even encouraging the formation of new brain cells. The towel twist generates more myokines per minute than any other movement examined. Timing enhances the benefits. Japanese elders generally do this right after waking up and again before going to bed. The morning session primes the nervous system for the day. The evening session supports recuperation and improved sleep quality. Only 1 minute in the morning and 1 in the evening offers the entire benefits. There is no extra equipment beyond a plain towel. No gym membership. No complicated choreography. Nonetheless, this simple activity has a greater impact on all of your body's systems than hours of traditional exercise. Finally, the revolution in aging research is not about discovering new technology or supplements. It is about acknowledging the profound wisdom in movements that Japanese elders have silently practiced for years. These 6 movements are not simply exercises. They are a comprehensive system for ensuring the human body's functionality throughout life. They target strength, flexibility, balance, coordination, and neural health at the same time. They don't require any equipment, special attire, or devoted exercise time. They blend easily into everyday life, becoming as natural as breathing. The findings are obvious and overwhelming. People who retain these activity patterns age in a very different way than those who do not. They maintain their independence. They preserve cognitive function. They cherish their latter decades rather than simply endure them. The choice is yours. You can continue to use Western workout paradigms that view aging as a disease to be fought. Alternatively, you can adopt these basic movements that view aging as a natural process to be embraced joyfully. The Japanese have showed us the way. The science has supported their approach. The only question is whether you'll begin modifying your aging process today or tomorrow. We now want to hear from you. Which of these movements do you believe would benefit you the most right now, and why? Have you tried any of these Japanese practices before? Did you notice a difference in your strength or balance? Please share your experiences and ideas in the comments section below, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on any health tips. We love hearing them. Thank you for watching.